start now lah. The next chapter is a numerical solutions of equations. Now first I need to explain what is meant by numerical in terms of number. So, do you know what is the opposite for numerical?
Very pictorial.
Analytical.
Yeah.
Or opposite maybe symbolic. So for numerical solution, it means that you are not actually trying to solve the equation. You just try to find the
Number.
find whether some value satisfies that equation instead of solving it, because some of the equation you can't solve it easily. So we need a numerical solution or some numerical method to solve it. In this chapter, it just introduced the most fundamental method to you. Now, first of all, I'll just give you a very, very simple example. For example, tangent x equal to x. There are quite a lot of solutions. Tangent x equal to x. The infinite solution. But oh, so many meats. You don't like it? Oh.
They don't all.
Hello.
I don't know.
Bit, right?
Let me finish it by 20 minutes and then I can have lunch. Right. Tangent x equal to x, we can't solve it. We just know one solution, x equal to 0. But using a new calculator, do you have it?
I have the old one.
Do we have to use a new calculator?
But for better now, have I told you how to find? First of all, you need to turn it into radian.
Yeah, option.
Otherwise, there was quite a lot of trouble. Radian.
I can crash course the first two chapters. This easy.
Yes. Now, using your calculator, now you try to press this one, tangent x minus x, and then try x equal to 1. Still give you 0. No, try
X is 0.
some. X is 0 is one of the solution. You try x equal to 3 and then give you 4.4. 4.49. You get different solution, okay? The calculator use a numerical method to solve the solution, to solve the equation.
No, you have to
Try x equal to 4 or 3. Give you another solution.
How to do it?
do times 3 minus 3.
How to use it?
No, x equals 3. Equals 3 times equals 3.
Wait.
No, 3 or like 4. So how do you do it on this calculator?
No, you need to get a new one to do it. Now, to locate the root, we have one theorem. We have one theorem. But for a polynomial, for a continuous function, it's not yours. Do you know what is meant by continuous?
jump from one value to another.
For a continuous function fx, if fa and fb have different sign. Do you know what is mean with different sign? Positive and negative. So either one is positive and another one negative. Fa positive, fb negative, or fa negative, fb positive. Then if you draw the graph, it's quite obvious to see it. And given that A less than B, so if A is greater than B, you can draw something like this one. Fa is greater than fb. If fa is negative, fb is positive, you can draw like this. Then what does it tell you? It tells you that there exists a root in between A and B. Excluding A and B. Okay. If we draw the graph very clearly, it's obvious. It's quite obvious. Quite obvious. And also, it need to be in this. The condition for continuous is a must here. If they discontinuous, there
Like
may not
tangent.
be. Yeah.
Like an
It can be not a solution there.
Mm.
Just like what he say. Just like a tangent x. Do you know how to draw the graph for tangent x? Like this. Okay. So at this point, it's pivot 2.
Yeah.
Just maybe search a solution in between these two values. A and B. There's no roots between A and B. Although the one is positive and another is negative. So it must be a continuous function. So now, you look at the textbook, example 1. Now in the textbook example 1, it gives you a quadratic cubic polynomial. This one. And ask you to show that there is a root between x equal to 2 and x equal to 3. Then you know what you need to do. If first find f2 and f3.
If
And
it's positive and negative, then that means it's between.
And after you use your calculator, one of them here is.
So this one, they just use the graph to see it. But there will be one bigger than 0, one is less than.
Yeah, you need to find the value. Okay, exactly find the value. And show that one is negative and another one is positive. Then you say that because this is a
sign.
continuous function, so then exists a root in between these two values.
Change also.
You show it positive, that's enough now. So then you say that there is a change in sign in fx. Okay. So simple. Harry, simple.
Yes.
Tell is simple.
Don't lie.
Harry, don't lie. It's simple.
No.
Change the other one.
Even you don't understand that.
They're locating the theorem.
So I'll just draw a graph here for you. You can see it. Okay.
Wait, so can you like oh, it's me. Expand the
I'll just ask a conceptual question.
Oh, I get it now. What is it?
What is a root?
I know what it is.
Yeah, give us the concept.
Yeah, give us a conceptual question.
Now, just like if I ask you, if I just there is a polynomial, Just say fx is a polynomial. It doesn't matter what order it is. Give you just like f1 is greater than 0, f2 is greater than 0. Does it mean that there is no roots between 1 and 2?
No.
No.
What really? I thought you said if the sign changes.
In mathematics, you really need to take care about the order of the statement. Probably you will say if A then B, is it? So in the theorem, we say that if this continues and FA and FB have different sign, then there exists a root. It does mean that's the reverse.
Convert.
That means it's converse. If there is a root, then FA and FB must be in opposite sign. Do you know? What does it mean?
This, then
So this one is fixed, like it could or could not, but then for the other one it must be.
Yes.
Okay.
So now I'll give you a graph to show it. If f1 and f2 is greater than 0, it can be also a root in between, just like this graph.
Touches. Oh.
Just like this graph. Okay? f1 and f2 is positive,
Yeah.
but there exists two roots in between, 1 and 2. Another possible maybe they touch the they just touch the line. Then there's only one root in between. Okay? There can be 0 roots, 1 root, 2 roots, or infinite root in between. It depends. Infinite.
So it would be like this.
Now we finished 3.1 already lah, We finished 3.1 already lah. Now let's have a look at the question. Have you learned about differentiation in core math?
Yeah. Stationary points.
Yeah, differentiation is
Now, for part A, it asks you to show that there exists a root in between this value, in this interval. Now, it asks you to show a root in between this interval. Show that there exists a root.
Substitute.
So you substitute these two values, okay? And say that there's change in sign. One is positive and then one is negative. And that's it. To show. For part B, find the coordinates for all the stationary points. Do you know what does it mean by stationary point?
Gradient is 0.
Gradient 0. So can you find the derivative of this function? It is
X of 4x cubed.
3 minus 21.
and you 0 and then you can find those points.
Wait, why is it 4x squared?
Because you
You bring it down.
So the point there exists only one point. And something, okay, something. I don't know. Don't want to substitute inside. Quite so complicated. 係咪炒作題目啊？點解咁複雜嘅個數？嗱，you get this station point already. The station points are where the gradient is 0. For part C, given that fx is this one. Oh shh.
有 meter 啊？
No.
有 meter 啊？
No. Now for part C, now given that fx is this one. No.
Is it just polynomial division?
You should know how to do it by yourself. This one
Yeah.
to find ABC, because it's just a polynomial long division that you have learned in core mathematics. Part D, sketch the graph.
Yeah.
Divide and what do you get?
get x squared from let's say let's I'm going to do it slowly.
X squared plus ax plus b.
Or you just use your calculator.
So like basically, did you learn this method?
Huh?
He's gonna say yes.
Now go to your Now go to your calculator. Press the polynomial, and then degree 4. No, not in your old calculator.
It's not enough.
Carry that on.
Where's that? The same as
So I have to find
You can find all the woods in your character.
Can I see?
That's a shit.
So one of the woods is 3. One is negative 8.3. One is, and the other 2 are complex woods.
But we don't know what's the general curve of x. What's the general shape of x?
You have learned
Really?
in core math.
What we learned about quadratic.
We learn
You have
about cubic.
you have learned about quadratic,
And
cubic.
cubes, yeah.
How about
Cubic.
cubic?
You haven't learned
If it's power 4, it's like for cubic. For cubic solution, cubic equation, look like this one or this one. So for all the 4 polynomial, it look like either a W or N. But yeah, but it only has 4. It has 4 woods, and 2 of them are complex wood. That means it does not. It just intercept x as twice. So you can draw it by yourself. Now later on, I'm thinking if we should spend some time in the holiday to talk about calculus
Yeah, I agree.
from the beginning to at least calculus, at least differentiation. Hmm?
He hasn't done long division with actual.
You're so slow.
No, they did
You have learned stats chapter 4.
probably.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about 3.3 first. It's linear interpolation. Actually, you have learned. Actually, I've learned this concept in S1 already. Just like finding. Now, but what does we mean here in this chapter? Now, I just give you one example. You can understand this concept. Now, given that there's a wood in between 1 and 2, so you first find F1. F1 you get how much? 1 plus 4 minus 9 is there 4, okay? Then F2 is 7. So that means there's 2 points on the graph. It's 1 negative 4 and then another point is 2 7. Now, of course you know that this should be a curve. It should not be a straight line. But for interpolation, it try to find a solution by consider a straight line passing through these 2 points. It just do a estimation. So then how can you find it? There are 2 points, 1 negative 4, 2 7. And here, you don't know the x-intercept here. You want to find the x-intercept, or you call it the wood here. So just call it x, and then the y coordinate is 0. and then you use the equation of straight line to find x. You can do it,
Yeah.
from IGCS you know how to do it. So it's just what does mean by interpolation. Actually, quite similar to what you have learned in S1.
No, that's only low class boundary.
Lauren Bennett.
We learned lower boundary plus group open bracket group frequency divided by class frequency.
Actually, it's just
It's just for statistics.
it's just what
Another way of
it's just linear population in another way. If you give me one example, I can tell you how it does work. So just say in S1 you have learned we have a class is just say 10 to 20, okay? Within this range. And then the Q1 is let's say 25th data.
Mm.
Just say another class is from 0 to 10. And then let's say this 10 data here. Here is 20 data.
Mm.
Okay. And then you want to find the Q1. How do you do in S1?
30 divided by 4, 7.5 data. Oh, you cannot find because it's only until 20.
No,
Oh,
it's
Zero,
just the
zero,
value.
zero.
It's just the value.
It's
7.5
7.5 over
10
10 times 10.
Mm. So just mean in total there 100 data. So the Q1 should be the fifth
Yeah.
number in this range. So you just use the ratio.
Wait, fifth?
So it's just 7.5.
25 minus 5, 20. Oh,
15.
15. Just want to fake you.
Yeah, you didn't fake me.
So you just use the ratio to find it. Or you just consider this a point here. The point here is
Why are you only doing 15?
15
Because
out of 30.
wait, isn't that Q3?
20. 20 plus 10, 30.
15 out of 20 is Q3, right?
No, there is assume there's more data.
No, there's
Yeah,
100
there's
data.
10.
there are more data. I didn't write it down.
How many?
It doesn't matter.
Oh
It
my gosh,
doesn't
did I
matter.
draw this?
No?
We are
No, he no.
Oh, why is my touch
Wait,
screen?
then why is it?
Because 25 minus 10. Place in group.
How?
That's S.
Wait, if Q1 is the 25th, then isn't
No.
100 data?
Yeah. There is more at the back.
So how is it
More in the back.
No, 10 plus 15, 25.
Now just consider this. The 20 data are evenly distributed. You just consider they are evenly distributed around this range. So the first here, I just consider x and y. The x is mean the number of data. The order of the data,
Place.
the
Yes.
place of the data. It's a 11 means you know what does mean 11.
11th.
Yeah, here is from 11th to 30th data. So the 11th data is the value 10,
Mm.
and then the 30th data is the value 20,
Mm.
and you find the 25 data.
Mm.
You let it to be x,
Mm.
and then just consider equation of straight line,
Yeah.
and then you solve it.
Oh, it's actually equation of straight line.
Yes. So it means that it's evenly distributed along these two. And then on Friday, okay, we finish chapter 3 and also do revision on 1, 2, 3. Because it's so simple, this chapter. For next week, we'll just focus on chapter 4. But here we have 8 chapters. next chapter is. I hope we can finish. We have do you know? Talk about you. Have I told you? We have a makeup class on Wednesday.
Wednesday?
During the holiday.
Holiday.